Oh my God. I assume there's audio now. This is the thing that I do most often is forget. No, there's two things I do all the time. As a fledgling, oh, look, I'm down to 5 frames. Oh, I've been explaining to you to complete and utter silence on your end for the last 5 minutes that, yeah, my frames are, oh, from the game. Okay, that's interesting. Wait, what? So you could hear my, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. Uh, things were, so, hmm, hmm. You're right. I'm not getting any. Things were weird. No, I don't think it's just you. Things were weird the other day with my mixer. And then I thought they were weird, but then they weren't weird on the stream when I was playing PUBG with the boys. They seem to be weird again. The thing is muted. Oh, this is a streaming disaster. Trying to fix audio stuff. Let me switch that off and then switch that back on, because turning it on and off again is always a thing. Yeah, no, Jigsaw, you're right. You're 100% right. For some reason, Elgato, which, like, God bless Elgato, they're doing good work. However, clearly, my wavelength thing is not doing. You can hear me now. That's fantastic. Yeah, so I think there's multiple things going on, which, God dang it, I'm fixing live, which is just, yeah, not a thrill. Sorry, I do apologize. Right. Okay, this is now a Fix Your Technology stream. Great. Super duper. Yeah. Oh, so, I mean, Jigsaw, if you don't mind, could you hear me talking before, or was my mic also muted while I was blathering on about Korean Election Day and stuff? Uh, hmm. That should mute that. Yeah, that should unmute that. Yeah. So why? Hmm. Cool. Thanks. I'm just. Things were going sort of progressively slightly more smoother over the first. This is stream number 4 ever. And, there had to be a point at which technology started to defeat me again. Okay, let's. Dang it. It corrected itself when I dragged the buffer to the head of the live stream. Yeah. Voice wise, yeah. But as far as I can tell in my mixer here, you're still not getting any game audio. Because, yeah, the VU meters and OBS aren't doing a thing. So, why is this happening to me now? Let's go to our audio settings and just make sure desktop audio, wavelength stream is that. That's microphone, that's right. That's all as it should be. Just my voice. Yeah. I mean, the weird thing is I have not changed anything other than messing about with some stream deckery. All right, folks. I mean, I am, well, actually, yeah, I am super conscious that this ain't the most fun to look at, but I do want to fix it. Okay, so that's, yeah, that, okay. What if, Oh, there is no reason software-wise, unless Windows has, but Windows hasn't updated or anything like that. So there's no reason that that things have gone astray in terms of, because I don't touch that anymore. But let me have a look anyway in my sound settings, Windows itself, which is shouldn't have to do that. But let's just make sure that Satisfactory is going through to that virtual channel. Yes, it is. Exactly as it should be. So that's correct. And then in my mixer, that's that channel. That's all just super duper fine. Input from Satisfactory. It's even lit up, which means it's receiving signal. Nothing's muted. If I mute my monitor, I don't hear it as I would expect. There shouldn't be an additional output here. What if I... Well, that is super annoying. There is no reason why this should not be doing its thing. I mean, it has defeated me in past. That is for sure. But I thought I had sorted everything out. And yeah, I haven't changed anything other than a bit of Stream Deck messing about. And I did add a Stream Mix Mute button yesterday. However... Oh, and now my... Wait, what? And now my scene has... Wait's going on. Everything's blowing up. Smoke's coming out of something besides my ears at the moment. No smoke. However, why? Why? Yeah. Capture audio, but no, I don't want to capture audio. It automatically captures that, but no, that's a beta thing. That's a new thing. That shouldn't be there. Don't want double audio. But what if I just turn it on just for a sec? Let's see what happens. Yeah, no, that's not a good thing. That's goofy. What could it be? It couldn't be. It shouldn't be. Just a moment ago, the only thing that has changed is that I changed... This is ridiculous, but, I mean, computers, right? I changed my... No, I'm back at windowed full screen. So it's... Yeah, so it's not like... Full screen. Just because, I don't know, because I was messing around with this earlier. That's the only thing I messed around with. And audio, there is no output sourcing streamer mode. Ooh, I didn't even know that was in the game. Oh, yeah, let's do that just in case. Not that it matters, but there's no, what do you call it, channel selection in here that I recall. No, it's just master volume. Okay. Wouldn't you know it, my frame rate is good now, but I can't. Otherwise... Okay, what if I go to my mixer and I remove that input completely? All you can do is toggle it back and forth once it knows about it. Okay, I think it's working. I think I've got to be quiet now, so I'll turn off my fan. Come on, game, make some noise. I think it's working. I think the audio from the game is coming through. However, I think... Oh, yeah. The voice is coming through, y'all. Come on, beasties, make some noise. The slightly confusing thing is there are birds in the game, and there are also birds out my window, which is open. Let me go over to a factory where there'll be some ambient sound. And there goes my frame rate again. I think this stream is cursed, my friends. I think this stream is cursed. Today, anyway. See, I shouldn't have made fun of the election. Yeah. My frames are now cursed as well. Oh, jeez. All right. So, factories. Making noise. All right. Now let's alt tab back out. Yes. Definitely getting streaks. Why? Just by switching on and off that source a whole bunch of times in my mixer, suddenly it's aware of it again. Happy days. Problem 1. Assuming you can still hear the sweet sound of my voice. Now, problem number 2 is we're back down to 6 frames a second. So let's exit to the main menu again. And I swear to God, everything's... Yay! They're making noise. Yes, they are. Good. Okay, so step by step. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's a wavelength bug, which, you know, that's unfortunate. My mixer, the Elgato thing, which is unfortunate. Maybe it's only me. Don't know, because that's kind of a... Everybody uses the buddy thing, and it's a cool function. Your voice is much louder than the game sound. Like annoyingly loud. I don't think I've adjusted my levels any. But once I'm back into the game itself here, I can drop down the... I'm hesitant to use the hardware, so I'll just drop it down in my mixer a little bit and hope that doesn't derange everything else. And that didn't fix the frames. This stream is definitely... I'm afraid this stream is cursed. I'm afraid to continue. I'm gonna tempt the gods here. Right. Okay. So let's pull down... Okay. Let me drop my mic input a little bit. Let's see what the VU meters are telling me in there. And I can... That should be about 20% lower on the voice. And then... Oh my God, 11 frames per second. This is killing me. It's killing you guys more than it's killing me. Then let's pull up the game audio a wee bit. Like there. And see if that kind of smooths things out a bit. However, problem now is I'm back down to my frame rate has once again done what it was doing during my first stream, which is just choking out constantly. But it was absolutely perfect, frame rate wise, damn near, 2 streams ago in Satisfactory. So that is absolutely mysterious. But let's try again. I'm going to try one more time. And tell you what, I'm going to try one more time. And if things are just shithoused again, then give up. Give up. Give up and cry and curl up and cry in the corner for a while. No, I refuse to give up. As long as there's anybody in chat, in stream, watching, hanging out, then I will persevere. I just hope it's not too excruciating for you. It's certainly making me sweaty. It's like making a spectator sport out of software debugging. No fun. No fun for anybody involved. Okay. Now, with any luck, we should have game audio a little louder, should have mic a little lower, and we should have 40 to 60 frames. 52. Fantastic. I'm getting the fuck out of here because this area seems to cause the most difficulties. And go to do what I was planning to do in the stream, which was build some bloody generators in a utterly ridiculous configuration. Okay, so pop on the parachute, pop into my zoop tube, off we go. Frames don't. Frames don't. See? Like, this never ever happens to me when I'm playing single player. And it wasn't happening at all 2 streams ago, but I'm back down to 7 frames a second. What else did I touch? I touched DLSS, but I actually made it balanced instead of quality. I mean, let's go back to quality and see what happens. But, I mean, this is unplayable for me and unwatchable for you at 7 frames a second, so... Come on, come on. DLSS, come on. Balanced. So let's go back to quality, because that's where it was before. Dang it. See if that does anything. Yeah, see, the CPU gets underutilized, and then everything just goes to hell. Why? How? Why? Nothing has changed here. Yep, 6 frames per second. Hey! Huzzah! But, yeah, if I'm trying to play... Oh, by the way, at 5 frames per second, this is Wonderchicken's Folly, which is... Yeah, generate, if you know the game at all. Vertical rocket fuel generators. Instead of building 432 generators in a big, flat factory floor like people do in this game, I was like, well, I'm a contrarian by nature, so let's do something stupid. Weirdly, it's working so far. I got to go quite a bit higher to get my 432 and 2 more stacks as well. But so far, it's actually working. Okay, 12 frames per second. Is it coming back? CPU load is back up to 40, which is not where it should be, but it's better. Yeah, no, back under 10 again. 3. So frustrating. Why? What is different? Literally nothing is different, I don't think. So confused. So confused. So angry. So disappointed. So many emotions washing over me. And none of them are good ones. Ah! Don't splat. Right. This worked earlier. Let's try main menu. Okay. Trying to think. I mean, I updated the Stream Deck last night, but that shouldn't have anything to do with anything. Well, we will figure it out, I guess, before next time. I mean, this is an off-piste midweek Election Day stream anyway, so, you know, I guess, I mean, I hate to disappoint anybody who's hanging, expecting anything other than debugging frame rate and audio issues, but yeah, I'll try and fix it before my next officially scheduled regular programming. next Saturday night, North America time. Oh, 1 frame. Now that's spectacular. Wait, what? And I'm back. I forgot to save the game. Folks, I'm having a bad morning. I'm telling you for real here. I'm having a very bad morning. Just nothing is working. Nothing is working the way it should. What could it possibly be? Am I running anything weird? No. Shut down all my Plex business. I've shut down all my excessive goofiness. I've got my VPN turned off. I'm not running it. I mean, I'll close down Firefox, but that shouldn't matter. There wasn't any tabs loaded anyway. I'm pretty much as bare bones in terms of, let me see if anything's eating CPU in the background. Task manager. Sorry, this is not top tier streaming. I mean, OBS is using 50% of my GPU, which seems a bit odd, but GPU doesn't seem to be the issue right now. Why do I have so many browser sources? All right, that's something to figure out later. Okay, yeah, I mean, all right. Once more into the breach, dear friends. Once more into the breach. What if I just, okay, here's the thing I can do. I mean, I am a slave to the pretty in my video games. However, what if Satisfactory just got confused when I was messing with the DLS a little bit? So what if I just, can I do this without opening a session? Probably can. Let's just knock everything down to like something that should be wildly easy to achieve, which is medium settings. DX12. Stay at DX12. Let's go back to keep window at full screen. 1440. I mean, DLSS obviously can't do frame gen. Let's stay it balanced. So that's 75% resolution ups, whatever, base resolution. 30 frames for belts, or 30 whatever items for belts, and medium. No motion blur or anything. Global illumination off. I mean, it could be Lumen pooping the bed, but I mean, it's so nice, it's so pretty. Wait, motion blur is off, yeah. All right, well, okay, let's just turn Lumen off as well. Unreal Engine 5 lighting, not ray tracing, but kind of whatever. All right, let's see what that, let's, hey, GPU overrelation throttle game speed and thus diminish CPU usage. Well, I don't think so, because my GPU is never maxing out. It's like high 90s, 996-ish. So I think that's okay. And that's interesting. Like, I hadn't thought of that, but I don't think that's the case because the GPU's, and it's always been fine, right? It's just at the moment, something weird is going on. Well, it was going on weird in my first stream, where I had a lot of technical issues, this exact kind of technical issue. And then stream number 2 was narrowing down on it, and I had my CPU utilization up on the up on my stream deck so I could watch it. Okay, we're getting 100 frames now. I mean, it's not nearly as pretty, but we are getting 100 frames. Let's just see how this goes for a minute. Oh God, that feels so nice. It doesn't look so good, but it feels so nice. And so I was like noticing anytime when I got randomly something would happen, and it would drop to like under 10 frames, and sometimes come back, but most often not come back till I restarted the game, or sometimes went out to the menu, came back again. 5-6 frames. And so I noticed during that stream, because I'd stuck a little button on my stream deck here to show me CPU and GPU utilization, that when that happened, I'd go from like 90%, like right now, sorry, right now I'm at 91%, 90% GPU and 88 CPU. So I'm using them, but I'm not maxing them out. So what I noticed when that was happening In my second stream, when I was trying to figure stuff out, it didn't happen much, but it happened a little bit. I noticed that when it happened, GPU utilization stayed up in the mid-90s, but CPU dropped to like 20. And the frames dropped correspondingly. So what was the chicken, what was the egg there? I don't know. See, I'm at 95 frames now. My God, that feels nice, but just not as pretty as I want it to be. Well, but I mean, this is good, though. This is a start for diagnosis. Yeah, and then stream number 3, that was PUBG. This is stream number 4. Yeah, so was there one, was this 5? Anyway, whatever. I thought I had it all sorted, more or less, and now, yeah, now clearly it's super back, at least with those previous graphic settings that I had. However, I mean, I guess, especially if someone's on a phone or something like that, it doesn't look that bad on stream, and I am getting 90 frames, you know, in terms of the lighting and stuff like that. Well, that's nice. That's happy days. At least I can play the game. 30 minutes into the stream. Anybody still with us? I still got a couple people with us, so hooray. Thank you for Jigsaw and anybody else who's here for being patient. Now, am I tempting fate by wanting to just maybe bump things up a teeny bit? Just so it looks more like these shadows are... that makes me quiver. I mean, now that I know that I can just set it to medium, boom, 120 frames right now on my ancient 3070. They did such an astonishing job of optimizing Unreal Engine 5 when they swapped over. This is incredible, you know, with this madness I have here in terms of how many things I've built, and it just chugs beautifully at medium and doesn't look terrible. That's pretty cool. Okay, I look, I apologize in advance, but I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna do a little texture quality. I mean, medium, high, ultra, right? Yeah, let's just go. I was at ultra before, right? So let's just go high. Let's go high. Post processing. Fog, okay, whatever. AA doesn't really matter because I'm using DLSS, I think. EFX, let's go high. Foliage, light quality, I want high. View distance, I mean, that's okay. I mean, that's okay. Visual quality, that's okay. What I really want, though, is global illumination. I think this could well be, from what I've heard about Unreal Engine 5 and things being slightly buggy and flaky still, this is Lumen, effectively, the Unreal Engine 5 proprietary lighting thingamajigger that's not frame rate ray tracing, but is something in that, you know, neighborhood. Anyway, look at me with my technical knowledge. So if I put that to high, now that's turned on Lumen. And let's just see what happens. 75 frames. My lighting is much prettier. Shadows are still a bit crap, but that's because I only turned it up to high, I believe. But 73 frames for the moment. It's pretty good. All right, my whole raison d'etre for, or at least, you know, what I, oh, don't. Okay, I was just auto-saving. It itches a bit when it auto-saves. That put the fear of God into me. Yeah, is this nonsense here? Is this what I want to do, Dave? Because holy smokes, it's a lot of work. So I have to do, I think it's 432 generators to fully utilize this rocket fuel thing over here. This is all still under construction. But the factory bit here is doing its factorying. And for this rocket fuel, I'm producing 1,800 per minute, which means I need 432 generators at the burn rate that generators do for that particular fuel source. So, 4.17, is that? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, anyway, it works out, which means effectively, so I've got this blueprint. for vertical stacking of generators with pipes and head lift are a thing. But I've got, so here's what I did anyway. If anybody plays the game, is 4 jennies. Obviously, I'm stacking vertically. Mark II pipe with a pump on it in the blueprint, and then power connecting them, and then just a power nub there. And when you stack them, I just hook up the nub, hook up a little bit of pipe, and boom, next level. So I need 432 generators, which works out to, I think it's 430, 432, 420, whatever the number was. Hey, 420. Which means 4 per floor, 4 per blueprint, 36 high times 3. And, well, let's check in game here. So that should be, if the numbers work out, 36 times 4 times 3 is 432. Yeah. So just because I'm an idiot, we're going up 36 floors of these things. Also, when I first built the blueprint, I forgot to put in the pipes to the actual jennies, and then remembered halfway through building this stack, so I've got to do that by hand. But anyway, so my plan is I got to see how many stacks I've got, how much higher I have to go here. We'll finish off this stack first, make sure it's getting juice all the way to the top, but I think it is. So that's 1, 2, 3. Come on. 4, 5, 6 blueprints. Come on. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Peak streaming, watching someone count. 13, yes, 13, yes. 14, 15. Pipes are still full up this high, so that's good. 16. Don't want to hit max height though. 17. Did I count that one? I hope so. Okay, so I'm assuming that's 17. Hope I didn't miss one. 18. Old brain not so good at multitasking anymore. 19. A 20. 21. 22. 23, 24, 25. Okay, so we're 25 high. We got to go 11 more. Max height is the top of that guy over there, so I think we're going to be okay. Problem is these blueprints use so much resources. So many resources? So many resources. Yes. Okay, so boom, select that guy, copy, and blueprint mode, bang. That's 11 more, so let's, what do? Do I count backwards? If I put this one down, 10 more. So, no, let's call this 26. That's easier. So this is number 26? 26. I forgot to pick up rubber because I was so discombobulated. This will be number 12. Ah, dang it. This will be 27. 28. Oh, I need power. Okay, so that's 28. Okay, I'm 100% going to forget, so let me just note down this real quick. That's 28. Okay. Let's hook up the power and pipes here. That's powered. So, and that is not. Okay, so boom, and come on. I'll hook up the pipe. Where's my nub? There's my nub. Power line. Connect this guy to that guy. Boom, one level done. Next up. And power. Hey, come on. Two. Next one done. Don't worry about painting things later. And then this guy. You ain't nothing but a Jenny in the sky. Huzzah! It's number 28. All right, now we are going to get dangerously close to max height. But it's going to be okay, I think. Okay, so that's 28. Let's keep going. I'm going to run out of resources here momentarily, though, I think. That's 29. That's 30. That's 31. And we're out of quick wire now. Okay, so let me just change my notes here. 31. 31. Beautiful. Beautiful. 5 more after that. But now I got to go back to the danger zone, which is my central storage over there, and then place it. Can you blueprint 11 floors away? No. So I meant, I don't know if you played the game, but I'm end game-ish. There's 9 tiers, I think, and 5 phases for the space elevator. I've got to do phase 4 yet, which is all this power stuff is preparation to do the high tier item construction over on that factory floor that's basically empty now, waiting for that. And so anyway, upshot is I have a Mark II blueprinter unlocked, and with the Mark II blueprinter, you can only do 5x5 XY and 10 high, or well, anyway, yeah, what you see of one of those. So you can only lay them down. So that's your sort of my max size of. I'll show you the actual blueprint here and the size of the blueprinter. So here's 3 Mark II blueprinters. You unlock a bigger one, XYZ, at the very end game, but at the moment this is all I have access to. So this blueprint, as you can see, one of these little 4 generator things, I can fit 4 generators in there just barely, and then there's like not quite enough space to do too high effectively. So this is kind of, you know, dead space, dead air. So yeah, it's got to be one by one, or 4 generators, 4 generators, 4 generators, 4 generators. Plus the numbers work out nicely. I mean, if it was 8, 8, 8, 8, it would still work out, not perfectly, but it would still work out easily. But yeah, I think if I did 2 levels and had the stacks of the top level of generators poking out the top, I think I could still place blueprints. They'd clip together. I just wanted it to be a little neater, basically, effectively. So yeah, so you got to go one by one. And then at the very end game, when you finish phase 5 of the space elevator, which is kind of the end of the story of the game, and the next tier, I think, and the next tier 9 of the milestones you can unlock, I think the last milestone of the last tier is your Mark III blueprinter, which is bigger. These are 5x5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 10. I think it's 10 by 10. And in effect, I think 10 by 10 by 10 as well, basically. So yeah, I'm doing everything I can in terms of utilizing the available space in my currently available blueprinters. Yeah, but I run out of stuff. Okay, let's drag these back in here. What can I, before I go top up, anything I can get rid of? Motors, I'm going to have to get some of those. Reinforced plates, no. Concrete, that's full. Cable, don't have any. Pipes, don't have any. Silica, rods. Oh yeah, I can get rid of some of these rods. Some of them. And plastic, yeah, okay, I'm just going to have to, I think I'm going to dump some of this concrete. Oh, no, hang on. Put on my parachute so I don't sail off into the danger zone. Okay, here's the proof of the pudding of the thing of the whatever, because usually it's this monstrosity that seems to trigger my worst frame rate choke points. Pushing 65, which is lovely. It's usually down around 30 in this area with high settings. Well, last played blueprints didn't exist. Yeah, yeah. I don't know when they introduced them. Like I played. They had a free weekend or week or something like that. I think update last year, almost a year ago, probably at this point, with update 7 or 6 or 8 or whatever. Update 8 was the last update in their early access, and then 1.0 was I think September last year. So I played it a bit, and I was like, I like this, but I'm going to wait until 1.0. And then 1.0 came out, and I eventually remembered, bought it, just absolutely fell apeshit head over heels in love with the game, and the studio as well. They're good folks. And yeah, I don't know when it was that they introduced blueprints. I mean, the quality of life. If you're at all thinking of getting back into it, 1.1 drops with a bunch of goodies and optimizations and yada 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 next week, the 10th, June 10th. I'm really looking forward to it. But that'd be a perfect time to get back into the game because, yeah, there's just so many quality of life things, apparently, that they've added, that I never really had to live without, including vertical splitters and infinite nudge and vertical nudge and if you're into the game, just so many saliva-generating things. Okay. Frame rate's really, really good. And, it doesn't look that... I mean, I did turn on Lumen, but at medium, highish settings, it doesn't look that bad. And I'm getting, 40 frames, but still, I would expect that in this particular environment. With these powered lights tend to really hurt the frames. Okay, what do I need a lot of? I need a lot of motors. So let's get some motors. I need a lot of... Let me check the blueprint here. Need a lot of quick wire, copper, more copper, a lot of rubber, cable. Quick wire, copper, rubber, cable. Okay, quick wire. That should be good. Rubber. 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, probably. Rubber, copper. 1, 2, 3, 4, whoopsie, and cable. 2, 3, 4. What don't I really... What do I want to... I'm going to get rid of some of this. I definitely don't need this much concrete for the current task at hand. And throw away those computers. And grab little more rubber and a little more copper, I think. 2 of those, and 1 of those. How many beams? I get some more encased beams too, I think. And that should, maybe, fingers crossed, get me up to where... Oh, do I need rods for this blueprint? I can't remember. I do, but I have 1,400 of them, so that's fine. Okay, let's go. And that should get me up to 36 for stack number 1, I think. Autosave. Again, panicked for a moment there, but it's all good. I mean, pushing 57 frames looking at this guy, that's, I shouldn't be such a slave to, whatever the prettiest graphics I can I forgot to put on my parachute. I can get out of this 3070 because, just taking a little hit to the graphical fidelity makes the game so much smoother. In general, please don't. Hey, yeah, okay, there we go. And slap on my hover pack. And whoops, I should have. Come on, yeah, dum. There we go. Get a little closer to the power, and then pop that on again, and up we go. Are resources infinite? Yes. Yes, they are. Yeah, unlike, I think in fact, I've never played Factorio, but I've read it about it, or whatever, heard about it a bit. And as far as I know in Factorio, they're the whatever they're called in that game. In this game, the nodes, resource nodes that you stick miners on, are exhaustible in Factorio. In what is this game called? Old Man Brain. In Satisfactory, they're not. They're infinite. Yeah. So as long as as long as I don't lose power, my factories, my iron factory and over there, I'll just keep producing. And I've got multiple connected dinguses, storage facilities that sort of overflow to each other. So when I go back, take a bunch out of those storage bins, it'll all kind of balance out with the production that's already happening in the background by the time I go back, unless it's a really slow item like computers or something like that. That might take a little longer, but they'll just sort of fill up and balance out between my storage areas, and it's all good. So yeah, just toss some stuff away is no issue. Unless I threw away like 8 computers there, and they are produced really slowly, but it's fine. Those will easily be back, by the time I need to go back there and get more, which I actually don't need right at this moment for these generator stacks. Oh, I gotta go way higher. Sorry, I was distracted. Yeah, so it's all good. Infinite resources. Sort of from the vids I've watched and the community manager streams and Q&A things and stuff I've seen from Coffee Stain, one of their sort of foundational design philosophy things with Satisfactory was to not punish the player, right? Like, not make it is, it can be a hard game, and especially if you're, in the sense of figuring out numbers and making, and doing stuff and whatever. But in terms of punishing the player for making mistakes or just, putting things in the game that are pointlessly difficult, which I think finite resources isn't pointlessly difficult, but it was part of their thing. Like, the game's hard enough. If let's let people just go wild once they've finished the game per se, right? And I like that about the game. Like, I'm at max health right now. If I screwed up and I plummeted to my death at the moment, at full health, I'll survive with 1 health instead of dying. And even dying in this game just means you respawn at your hub, so it's not even a big deal. You don't lose what you've got in your resource, in your backpack and all that stuff. Doesn't matter. But it's just a thing where, like, well, just make it more pleasant for people. Be the opposite of From Software and Elden Ring. Like, don't punish the player. And some people like that, but I don't. I prefer not being punished for playing the game. So, there's definitely a discussion to be had about what about the pluses and minuses of those for different kinds of games. But I think that philosophy for this game just works. I like a challenge, but I also don't like to be, obviously I have enough troubles with the technology and frame rates and stuff like that actually things being difficult in game would make me lose my mind. Blink, right? Firing up. Look at how full those pipes are. This is amazing. I've had worse luck with pipes on a flat surface. Never mind, I don't know, 900 meters in the air or whatever I am. Thank God I marked down that 31, because guaranteed I would have forgotten by now if I hadn't. 31 floors high. Flashlight. Connect that to that. And we are up. Okay, so 5 more. I think I might have enough goodies in my pocket, my prison pocket, to do the thing. Copy him. That's 32. That's 33. That's 34. Come on, baby. I don't think I can get up high enough to do the last one. That's 35. And if old man Wonderchicken's brain is not failing him, which is by no means guaranteed, that'll be 36. All right, let's hook these up and see how much power we're generating. Oh, power, infinite power. That guy's hooked up, so this is the next one. Yep. And not infinite power, but quite a lot of it anyway. Connect those guys there. And connect. Where am I? Where's my thing? There's my thing. There. More rocket sauce. Connect the wires. Where's my thing? There's my thing. Happy days. One more? Two more? Two more. Three more. Two more. Okay. Boom. Boom. Doink. Power. 1, 2. Did I do the thing? I think I didn't do the thing. I think I did do the thing. Did I forget? Did I forget something? Oh, I did. Aha! Gotta have fuel to burn fuel. There we go. Firing up. And that'll be the last one. Holy heck. And then power for the pump. Okay, now if I go to the top, I don't know what maximum ping distance is, but I should be able to ping the bottom and see how high we actually are. Nope, too high. Too high to ping. Okay, we're 800 meters from that one, vertically. So let's go down there and see how high that one is. Just to know. Okay. Hello, stack number 2. And we're 800 meters from there. And this is 600, so about 1,400 meters of stack generators. I am an idiot. But it seems to be working. How much power are we making? And 90 gigawatts. Sweet. And those ones at the top are probably still firing up, so a bit north of 90. So we should get another, I think about another 100 out of these 2 stacks once they're hooked up. Oh yeah, that's going to be plenty of power for my future plans. Can blueprints overlap to skip the need for manual connections? With 1.1, if you're talking about, so you've got 2 blueprint, like, so what I was doing here with these manual little bits of pipe connection, or let's say you have 2 blueprints and you've got, horizontal pipe connections or belt connections between them. At the moment, no, but starting next week with 1.1, yes. There is a blueprint mode when you're laying down blueprints where belts and pipes and I think power will auto-connect, which is going to be, going to make life so much easier in-game stuff, yeah. So now, no, but 7 days from now, yes, if I understand your question correctly, that you will be able to, laying down a blueprint will allow you to, and you change the mode, and auto-connect, blah, 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 and yeah, belts and pipes and all that stuff will connect manually, automatically. So for me, this is too much of a hassle. It's just one pipe and one power connection. But yeah, for factory type stuff where you've got a whole bunch of belts and a whole bunch of pipes and stuff. Yeah, it is. Yeah, they got so many quality life stuff, like quality of life things like that in 1.1. Yeah, super cool. Super looking forward to it. Even though I was putting off doing a whole bunch of things in game, waiting for 1.1, and we didn't actually get the announcement that it was, the official date until like a week or 2 ago. A lot of things I just went ahead and did anyway, the hard way. So, but going forward, it's going to be way easier. So this is just, it's not that exciting. One thing to watch or to do. I kind of get bored quickly. One thing I also wanted to do was, I'm not super happy with... I was going to run... I got to fix up in terms of... I got to put some more pillars supporting my train line and stuff out here. But I'm not feeling super happy with the idea of running a spur off to a train station there. I was going to connect back up. And the same thing on this side. I'm reconsidering that. I think I might prefer to have it kind of integrated, a couple maybe train platforms integrated into the sort of roof area of the building here. I don't know. Don't know if I want to do that or not. And sadly, it makes me twitch slightly is that these columns here, this is the next space available for them, and it doesn't line up nicely, which, but oh well. What can I do? What can I do? I didn't plan ahead well enough. I mean, I could take all of this down, extend that manual bit over there a little bit, and push this forward until that... I mean, is it worth it? How much oil to power? Yeah, it's madness. So it's... here, I'll run you through. You're a Satisfactory player. Clearly, I don't get many of those in stream yet thus far because I'm new. So I'll show you this. So this crater, the blue crater here, is, in terms of resources, it is perfectly set up for rocket fuel. So you've got, it's madness, in fact, what's happening here. I've got so much leftover oil for rubber and plastic later. So down in here, these blueprinters are in the way, but just down over on this side, there are 6 oil wells. I think 4 normals and 2 little guys. And so I'm bringing those all in. Frames. Okay, so it's still not... Oh, no, okay, we're back up. Good, that was a temporary brain fart, but we're back up, so good. So I'm bringing that all in here. So I've got 4 full 600 per minute pipes, and then I've got 2 300s. And in fact, this one is 300, one is 150. So between these 2 Mark 1 pipes, I'm only bringing in 450 oil. I'm bringing all the other oil here, but I'm not using it yet. Everything, including when those are finished, 420 rocket fuel generators will be there. Now I've just got this one finished just now. So 420 rocket fuel generators will all be rocket fuel created from just this one and a half Mark 1 pipes, believe it or not. And then I'll have 4 600 per minute pipes to use for other stuff, for rubber and whatever, plastic and stuff like that. So those 2 Mark 1 pipes come in here, 1 full, 1 not, with some water. With that, I'm making heavy oil residue, as you do. I think this is an alt recipe, I can't remember, but heavy oil residue and polymer resin. The polymer resin I'm just sinking at the moment. So the crude oil comes in. Sorry, this is... Why is this blue? Where am I using that water? Oh, over here for the... Oh, yeah, I'm making plastic, sorry, with the polymer resin, and then I'm sinking the plastic for the moment. Yeah, I'm sinking the plastic for now. Okay, so all of that... Yeah, it is. It's nuts. With the old recipes, it's crazy. So these 15, and the numbers work out perfectly. It's crazy. I don't have any overclocking. I don't have any fractional stuff. It all just works out 1200, 1500, 1800, 600, 300. It's fantastic. It's a perfect setup. So all of that heavy oil residue comes down underneath here. This isn't finished either. This is going to be, I'm going to underlight this glass and light up the water and probably put some plastic and rubber factories in here. So that all comes over across the other side here, that heavy oil residue, and that get mixed with water to make diluted fuel. So heavy oil residue and water gives diluted fuel. Lots of it. So I've got 12 blenders doing, nothing's overclocked, it just, the numbers work out beautifully. 600 water, 1200 water. So 2 pipes of 600, which obviously down from the water down there. So 2 banks of 6, 12. That diluted fuel goes up to these. It's another 12 blenders, and these ones are making rocket fuel. So rocket fuel is the diluted fuel that we made nitrogen gas, which is right nearby, sulfur, which is right nearby, and coal, which is right nearby. That gives us rocket fuel and compacted coal. I'm just sinking the compacted coal at the moment. The rocket fuel, 150 per minute per thing. This is idle because I'm not using 2/3 of it yet because I haven't finished the towers. Yeah, so 12 of these blenders, 150 each, gives 1,800, which means 600 goes to this tower, 600 goes to this tower, 600 goes to that tower, 1,800. Each tower is, each level is 4, 36 high. The numbers again work out perfectly. That tower, 36 high times 4, so what's that? 100 and, so 36 times 4, that 144, those 144, so 144 per tower, 144 generators use exactly 600 rocket fuel. 144 will use exactly 600, and again a third time. So yeah, it's like clearly they planned this, right? What's her name, Hannah or whatever, when she designed this area of the map, because it's made for it. So yeah, so this 600 pipe is fully utilized. It's going up to there, and then I've got 2 more that are just waiting to be just over there, which are just waiting to be hooked up underneath here. And then yeah, it'll be like 100 and from these, I think like 150 gigawatts, I think, just from this. Yeah. With plenty, I mean, if I wanted to make more rocket fuel, I could. But as usual, the factories are always bigger than you expect, so I'd probably run out of space. So I think I'm going to use the excess oil, which will be 4 times 6, 2,400 per minute excess oil for other stuff, diamonds maybe. What do they call it? The oil-based diamonds or whatever that alt recipe is called, because you need diamonds for later tech stuff. Yeah, so yeah, so it is nuts. Yeah, and it worked out beautifully. So, and I could have built out, like as most people do. I've seen, you know, streamer. I guess I'm a streamer. Other streamers and, you know, the well-known guys building, you know, huge sort of flat arrays of jennies, rocket fuel jennies here, or out into the void. But like, I'm an idiot and a contrarian. And I was like, is this going to work? I didn't know if it was going to work, but just putting a Mark II pump in each of these blueprints, I mean, let's go up and check. But as far as I've been able to see so far, it works. It's fine. You know, I mean, I'm sure I don't really care about power consumption and stuff. So I'm just, yeah, I'm whatever. Get those pumps in there. They probably use a lot of power, but who cares? Because it's goofy. Because this is the rocket sauce plant, the rocket fuel area, my plan is probably to cover these a little bit to some extent with some walls, concrete stuff, make it look a little bit like a rocket gantry kind of thing eventually. So we shall see. But this is slow. But yeah, as we go up, like, pipes looking good. Let's see if it's full. No, not full. Not full. But it takes quite a while because of course the lower levels are saturated, but as you get higher and higher up, there's less and less available to fill the successive layers of pipes. So from what I've seen, I've been working on this for like a week or two. From what I've seen so far, it does fill up eventually. It just takes some time. Just finished to dilute fuel, but there's way more generators. Yeah, 432 of them. It's nuts. I do have over at the West Coast. I can't ping it too far away, but yeah, due west there, in the West Coast oil patch over there. I've got 2 banks of 80 generators, I think, doing turbo fuel generators. But because this crater is set up with sulfur, with nitrogen, with coal, with oil, with water, all within the confines of this crater, it's rocket fuel central. It's perfect for it. I don't know if there's anywhere else on the map that's as good for rocket fuel. So yeah. Look at me go with lower graphic settings, no frame rate drops, and pushing 95 at the moment. I'm happy as. So yeah, this is filling up super slowly, but that's what I'd expect. So these haven't even fired up yet. Not, yeah. They're starving, but I think a couple hours in game, probably. And these will eventually fill up. It's just a trickle, because it's exactly the right numbers. 600 fills the top generators eventually. It's going to take a while. There's only a little bit getting through as we get up to the very top. 48 generators, fully overclocked. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm saving my power shards for some stupid reason. I don't know. And I'm even doubling them with, I don't know if you know to do this, but I'm doubling them with summer sloops. So I've got a couple of little, I'll show you if you want. So I'm getting double the power shards out of each slug that I process. So I've got a ton of them, but I'm saving them for the hard part of the game, I guess, which is going to be phase 5. Let me know if you want me to, sorry, what's your username? Ow. Let me know if you want me to show you that, those constructors for doubling up on your power shard business. Just down here, I can show you anyway, because the hypertube out to the oil patch is right here anyway. I still got a bunch of, I haven't explored a lot of the map yet. Just sort of leaving it for future funsies. But yeah, so here I've got, if you know to do this or not, I'm not sure. I'm just got a crate for blue, yellow, and purple sluggies. And then for the constructors, I'm using summer sloops. So you get double the output from the, yeah, you've been doubling up forever. Okay, yeah, so cool. So yeah, you get double the thingies, and then I just store them here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50, plus some in my dimensional prison pocket there. So yeah. And I don't think, if I go out to the west coast, I think I'm using some power shards on the actual, game's chugging a little bit, on the actual, what do you call it, like refineries, or not refineries, but oil extractors. But in terms of the in terms of the 2 banks of turbo fuel thingies, it's just, yeah, I think they're all just basically just basic bitches. But everything seems to be relatively happy. So the numbers, I think the numbers didn't work out exactly 100% perfectly here without fiddling with overclocking and stuff, but it's near enough, damn it. So, and I think these are 20, 40, 60, 80, 20, 40, 60, 80, yeah, so 160 overclocked. Probably about as close to where you are, and they're making the second item for phase 4. Right, yeah, so I've spent like I don't know, I think I'm up to 900-ish hours in game, and something like that, 800 and change, and I've kind of slowed down in a sense, because I don't want to finish the game, to be honest. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to be, even after I quote-unquote finish the game, I'm probably going to be still playing and building on this world, and then probably eventually I'll just start another world. This feels like a forever game to me, so, but yeah, so I've been building a lot of infrastructure, like the power stuff I'm working at the Blue Crater now, is all in service of just getting ready to do, phase 4 and the last tiers, because that bottom floor over there of that ridiculous, that's max height, by the way. I finished that this week, so that's as high as you can go in the game without taking damage. That bottom floor, I can show you. There's a, what do you call it? I've built a transport hub below that, and one of my storage areas, and then that ground floor there, and I'm may need to build up higher with other stuff is going to be factory stuff for that end game stage of things. So yeah, I've been prepping. So so that this guy over here up on the crag over there is aluminum, which I've made a huge building, so I got space to expand in terms of production there. Bringing in bauxite from the 3 nodes around that area up there, nitrogen from up north by train, and then yeah, the factory, the what do you call it, power stuff, rocket sauce out at the crater for power, because the high tier whatever quantum machinery stuff, factory stuff uses tons of power. And starting to build out, I'm under my train line here, so I'm starting to build out the train network so I can get resources in for that last push. But I'm kind of in no hurry at all, and I'm kind of also, I slowed down a bit waiting for 1.1. So yeah. Oh, frames. Oh, no frames. Yeah. Put on my parachute. Oh, there we go, we're back. Yeah, so this big boy here, I started in the grassy fields, so that was my first, this is an iron factory, and this is kind of mixed stuff, and these are the first things I built. And then the first really ridiculously big thing I built was this nonsense here. Yeah, so this guy, I'll show you here what I'm doing. So yeah, the train, I built loops up and down from, whatever, sea level for the rest of the train network. That really only goes up to nitrogen in the northwest, crater over there, and then around the south side here. So I'm only about a little under halfway through with the circumworld train network. But yeah, in here, on this level, next, let's start at the bottom, I guess. So down into the mists is the transport thing here, which is a work in progress. Basically train stations. So there's some cargo coming in, because a lot of stuff, not much is going to come out of here, but a lot of stuff is going to come in. And I might do some like truck stuff as well here, but probably I'm just going to build this out more and more for a more complex set of train stations. That stuff goes, the hidden sins belts underneath here, just a logistics floor, and then a double core center to this thing going all the way up, literally all the way up to the max height of the tower up there. So one core for going one way, one core for going, one core for up, one core for down, basically. So the other core is going up. These guys here, it's not built out yet too. There's not that much moving at the moment, because this is all relatively early days for that stuff. And then this is one of my storage facilities, which are sort of balanced with the other two. And again, it's not fully utilized yet. Haven't built it out, haven't decorated really that much at all, but this is where all the stuff's going to be stored as it comes in, and is being stored, just some of the early stuff here. Just sinking the extra, of course, blah, 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 blah. And then main floor up here, so far anyway, is, yeah, literally nothing. This is going to be basically a production floor for higher tier stuff. And this has been sitting here for, my God, I don't know, 2-3 months probably, just waiting for that. And then eventually, and probably maybe 2 floors or more of production inside this big open space. But the original idea was always to be able to build vertically further up if I want to, along this central core. So yeah, so that's the plan, and that's all really in service of okay, with these graphic settings I do get a little bit of weirdness, but it's not terrible. Yeah, in service of endgame, basically, while the final, so phase 5 the space elevator and tier 9 of the milestones is the plan. Which is why, yeah, the ludicrous rocket fuel towers over there. which I should probably pick up some more resources for before I go back. Yeah, I hope they oh, ouch, my noggin. I hope they surprise us, because I think it's 228 meters per elevator shaft at the moment now, or 196, or around 200 meters per shaft. So to get up to the top of this boy, I think this is like 2 kilometers. I don't know what the actual max build height is. I'd need 10 of them connected, which is kind of fine. You know, you can stand in an elevator for 10 minutes, you know, so get out, go to the next bank and go up 200 meters. But I'm hoping maybe that they, once 1.1 drops, that you can maybe 500 meters. That'd be nice per, you know, max height for an elevator thing. But yeah. I'm super looking forward to that. I've got some plans to use them over at that guy next week. I'm sure everybody who plays this game is, yeah, bated breath for all the goodies in 1.1. So yeah, this is, I didn't know, I kind of deliberately didn't look it up, what the max build height is in the game, but this is it. 196, yeah. I heard there's a way to do it in the infinite, like a one of the many little workarounds and tricks. Yeah, hope so. So I think if I just go up a little bit more and start taking damage. Yup. Come on. No, go down. I freaked out and forgot which keys weren't there. Whew, scary beepy noises. Yeah, so effectively this is max height, which is, doesn't even look that much closer. I mean, you can obviously go higher if you hypertube cannon yourself way up there, but you die because beepy beep, bad beeps hurting. But this is the max buildable height. It's just a couple. I kind of cheated a little bit. Got up as high as I could. Yeah. So I haven't done anything. My furthest out things are nitrogen over there in the northwest, and coal on that beach there. The crater here, but I haven't. I've explored and laid down power poles so I can use the, what do you call it? This guy, the hover pack, just explore and pick up goodies. But yeah, I haven't explored there at all. Yeah, but I mean, I'm just like infinite nudge now, vertical nudge. You know, I mean, if they can do infinite nudge, they can do infinite, well, whatever, semi-infinite elevators and stuff, I hope. So yeah, anyway, there's a ton more world for me to build stuff out in, because I really haven't touched any of those biomes north of this line, basically, except for a little bit up there. Whee! All right, I'm going to pick up some more goodies, and then I'm going to stack up some more jennies, I think. For the rocket sauce. Oop, do I trust myself? No, I don't. There we go. Okay, so what do I need? I need some of these guys. That should do. I'm going to need some of these guys. Do I have, I need a little bit of this, a little bit of that, pinch of salt, sprinkle of ground black pepper, rubber, definitely need rubber. Oops. Got a decent amount of copper, maybe some more rods. And cable is okay too. Let's fix these stacks a little. Sort. cable. And let me just check. Blueprints, rocket sauce. So 1260, 17160, more rubber and more motors. Oh, plastic. Need plastic. Really? Oh, okay. I forgot that I needed plastic. I guess I had a bunch last time. Okay. Well, let's take that. Let's trash that. Let's get rid of some of this concrete. Grab some more motors. Grab some more instantly forgot what I wanted. Take that. Just for now. Come on. What was it? Copper? Old man brain. Wrong as us. Biddy. I'm going to use a lot of copper and a lot of rubber, so let's get a little more of those. Oh, and a lot of quick wire too. Okay, copper, rubber, copper. Let's do, well, we're in the space again. Goodbye, concrete. I do need some concrete, but I definitely don't need that much. Let's get another one of those. Copper, rubber. One of those. And let's get another one of these guys. Okay, shopping complete. No worries, no worries. I am, yeah, this is stream number 4 of my streaming career, so, you know, I'm learning as I go. I appreciate you hanging out. Okay, put on there. Uh-oh, no, don't do that to me. Okay, well, I should be able to slap a few more levels now that I know where the max 36 is anyway. I should be able to slap a few more levels on here before I need to get some more goodies. And yeah, happy days. Haven't thought about the election in at least an hour. The election here in South Korea, by the way, is what I mean, which is today. Let me go. Gonna run out of copper momentarily here, though. Quick wire first. Wow. Now from past each side, if you hit it, will it simply drop you to 1 HP? Yes, I believe so. Yeah. Actually, not 100% sure, because if you get hit by a vehicle, you go ragdoll. You don't die, but you do go ragdoll, and I think maybe you go to 1 HP. If you fly through the air and hit a building, I mean, for science, right? We got to try it. Let's see what happens. For science. Got to pick up some more goodies anyway, so we'll go back, pick up some more goodies, and then I will, yeah, I will sacrifice my body to Satisfactory Mythbusters. My guess is, I have no idea what's going to happen. To be honest, my assumption was that I would. My assumption is that it would hurt, but I had no specific idea in my mind of how and how much. Is it only the ground? Well, let's find out. Oi, 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 oi. Let's find out what happens. It's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt. How much and in what exact way is the question of the moment, though. I keep meaning to hook up a whole bunch more dimensional depots just for the stuff I need here, but at this point I'm 2/3 of the way done, so I'll just keep stone knives and bear skinning it, running back and picking up stuff manually. A derp. Yep. Okay, so I assume I need some of these boys. Yes, I do. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I guess. I'm going to need some more motors, no doubt. Yes. Do I have any in my prison pocket here? Moat. Throw some up in there for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe let's upload a couple while we're doing stuff here. And then grab 2 more stacks. Boom, boom. It's not refilling. It's worrisome. I think I'm using, yeah, very slowly. Yeah, that's all right. Just using them super fast. But I'm going to have to address that at some point. Do I need plastic? Yes, I do. 1, 2, 3, 4? Question mark. Rubber, definitely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How's that going to do me? Let's go 7, because I like the number 7. Sheets for sure. 8 them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why not? Cable. Nope, don't really need any cable. But let's take it anyway. Quick wire for sure. That's what I ran out of, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's check just to be sure. Okay, so we've got enough for 10, 12 worth of motors. Got that, got that, got that, got that. That's looking pretty good. Oh, we need beams. Oh, beams and iron plates. Yeah? No. Let's get some of them. Do I have space? A little bit. Beams. 1, 2, 3. Iron plates. 1, 2, 3, I guess. Any extra? Got a little extra space here, so let's grab half a stack of those. And happy days. All right, let's slam ourselves into a building and see what happens. For science! Science! I will remember to put on my parachute, though, because things could definitely go astray otherwise. Even more than I'm planning to make them go astray. Parachute on. All right. See what happens. Whee! Ouch. 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 Okay. Question asked and answered. Nothing happens. We're perfectly fine. We didn't even take any damage. So there you go. Good to know. Thank you for asking, because now I know too. I fucked around and I found out. Huzzah. Oh, come on. Come on, 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 come on. Why don't I have power? Oh, because I'm too far over. That was a mistake. Now I've got to go all the way back up again. Oh, I'm going to need to hug this one because that one is not hooked up. I should probably... tell you what, because I should start hooking this up. Because it takes time to... especially going vertically, to saturate upwards. So let's hook up the pipe and then just start those jennies going in tier rank number 2 here in the center boy. So where is my number 2 pipe here? That's number 1. And here, probably somewhere. Here, nice. No, wait. Is that right? It's red, so it's rocket fuel. That seems correct to me. Past self? What did you do, past self? That's... Wait, is that... Right, that's... Oh, yeah. That's going up to the rocket fuel blenders. So these are my three good boys. So, center boy is going to go to center stack, yeah? Yes, he is. Oh, yes, he is. Come on. Here. Something wonky there, but whatever, I'll fix it later. Good enough, damn it. Now, do I color those red? No, I'll do that later. Okay, so this should be... I need power, obviously, for the first level. So we can probably steal that from these guys. Is all full. Yep. Mark 2. Boom. Power. 2. Wait, what? Okay, whatever. It's all good. Okay, so let's start getting these saturated while I work up near the top. Okay, that's connected already, so I did that one. Oh, you know what? I forgot when I first made the blueprint to, hook up the Mark 1 pipes, because I'm a dummy. So the first bunch of levels don't have those, so I've got to do that. Which is going to mean... Oh, no, I don't even... the very first few, I even forgot to put in the junctions. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's fine. It's fine, it's just annoying. Boom. 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 Kapow. Huzzah. It's connected. Is our power connected? We'll find out in a minute. Okay. That guy is going to go there. That guy is going to go there. And slap some pipes on. Boom. Bang. Pow. Crash. Okay. Power. Oops. Power. Is that connected? I believe it is. Is the pipe connected? No, that is not. Come on. Okay. Oh, past self, you were such a dummy. But only the first few levels are like this. So. So you Satisfactory players, are you currently, I guess you're currently playing Jigsaw, are you gonna jump back in for 1.1 maybe? connected? Come on. Come on. There we go. Oops. Already connected. I did some of these at some point. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Trust me. I know the being old thing intimately. Gonna be 60 in 2 months. Yeah. No, I was asking. I guess you are. You're still. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. You're playing currently, I guess. Yeah. What would be your? And I was wondering if Jigsaw is going to jump back into the game because they haven't been playing since sounds like update 8 or earlier. And if you are still playing and going to continue playing, what are you most looking forward to for 1.1? There are a lot of choices. I don't know what I'm most looking forward to, but yeah, elevators. I don't know. Maybe curved pipes and belts. I did so many things. So many things. Yeah, I think largely there's, some new buildable items, right? Like, new variations on painted beams and all kinds of stuff like that. Some cable looking stuff, which would be really cool for bridges and things, I think. Elevators obviously are new. But yeah, the bulk of it, I think, is, technically, vertical splitters, vertical mergers, that stuff is new, but it's also kind of just like a QOL thing, as like you say. So, yeah, I think the bulk of it is, but I'm fine mostly with that. I mean, the question is always new map when, and they are extremely and understandably cagey with even suggesting that that's a thing that they're planning to do. But they are also adamant in the dev streams and stuff that I've watched that the game is far from like they got medium and long-term plans for the game in terms of content. So, I mean, and after 800 hours in this game, plus, there's still tons of the map that I haven't explored yet. So I'm not like, if that does happen, if we do get a new map or an expansion of this one, I got plenty of play space to do stuff before that ever happens. Blueprint Auto Connect. Yeah, Blueprint Auto Connect is going to be real nice. I have underutilized blueprints myself. I got a ton of them. These are just my uncategorized ones, but I got like architectural ones. I got my storage ones. I got my belt buses and stuff. I got a ton for train stuff. Lights, machines. I got like, constructor stuff and some balancers and stuff like that. So, I mean, not madly going overboard on blueprints, but I think I'm definitely, especially for factory stuff, I think I'm going to start building up more machine blueprint type things like these Jennies and stuff like that. Now that Auto Connect's going to be a thing, because, yeah, like what I'm doing right now. Well, I mean, I'm having to put on these junctions because I'm an idiot. but this stack also doesn't have them. Oh, dear God, yeah, I am an idiot. The blueprint now does have them, but I forgot earlier on. So yeah, that's going to be good. That's going to be super good. I'm hoping for a resolution to my unidentified performance issues, though. It's the weirdest thing, though. I mean, you know, whatever. UE5 is UE5, does UE5 things. But I've got Lumen on now. I bumped down the settings, and it's been fine since I did that. Like, it has been totally fine since I did that. So, great news, everyone. But why? Why was what was happening? I don't know. Yeah, probably. I haven't really, I haven't dived into it very much. I mean, that's fine. You know, I think that probably it's going to be more, at least for the rest of the game. Well, yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be building new, come on, stupid thing, new small factories for, like, down there. I wasn't producing enough copper sheets back at home base there for the massive numbers I need to lay down these blueprints, so I just built a quick factory over there earlier this week. And that wasn't, well, okay, no, fair enough, it was blueprinted. Those two banks of refineries are a blueprint of, you know, eight together. And then the, is it constructors? I can't remember. Yeah, constructors probably on the 3 floors there to make the actual copper sheets. Those were also blueprints. So, yeah. So I am using early game blueprints still. Yeah, but if they don't work, it's not, I'd rather have it and need to fiddle with it than not have it at all. So, to make the old stuff work. Put my pipes on? No, I did not put my pipes on. So yeah, just a ton of stuff. And, you know, I mean, it is kind of astonishing to me how big this game is. Not just in terms of the play space, but in terms of, like, just everything. There's so much. How much they've been able to do with the, in terms of optimization, with the famously, you know, janky Unreal 5 engine unless you tune it properly, which clearly it can be, you know, it can be optimized well, but you really got to work at it, I guess. You got to have people who really know what they're doing in terms of your engineering. The size of the game, the scale of the game, the amount of stuff they're adding into the game with 1.1, as compared to the size of Coffee Stain themselves, you know. Like, they're not a big dev house. They don't have that many staff. And the fact that they've managed to make a game that is this much game with so few people, damn them Swedes. They good. Next playthrough, I'll get into the creative side. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The thing so me and my oldest friend, 45 years we've been buddies, back in Canada, we play together on Fridays, and it's been Satisfactory for, you know, the last 5-6 months probably, and he also loves the game, but his sort of primary thing that he derives enjoyment from is the making the factories, running the numbers, that kind of, you know, I guess whatever engineer side of things, that, you know, part of your brain, that's where he gets his jollies from with this game mostly. I'm the opposite in some ways. I like making buildings that amuse me, right? And I perennially do things in the wrong order, quote unquote. Why do I have a green exclamation mark? disappeared now. What's happening? Yeah, and I perennially, instead of building a factory and then building around it in terms of architecture, I build a building and then try and squeeze factories inside it, which is not the way it should be done, quote unquote. Because yeah, I like building stuff, and then the factories are a little bit of an afterthought in terms of what I get the most pleasure from in the game, but that's fine. Yeah, he likes mathing it out, exactly, yeah. Which theoretically I should, because like my bachelor's degree back in the Stone Age was mathematics, but no, I guess I've discovered over the intervening decades that I'm more of a creative than I am a mather or engineerer, in terms of what at least lights up the most happy bits of my brain. But I do like I'm so happy about this, like figuring out, obviously using Satisfactory tools to figure out the numbers for this rocket fuel factory. Because, boy, when all those numbers, like I fiddled with stuff and was like, okay, max input, what can I do to but it's like, oh, all these even round numbers that fit nicely into like, you know, belt sizes and pipe sizes and numbers of generators. I was like, oh, you know, the choir invisible and the light descended on me, and then building it out and having it work basically perfectly so far. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I'm not poo-pooing the mathematics and factory building side of things. I really like it as well. But it's when things go sideways that I start to derive less pleasure from it, as is only natural. Damn, these pipes are still filling up nice and fast. Boom, boom, 644.8. Oh, it's all, well, yeah, okay, a little bit there, but it's happy. Happy Jenny's, happy pipes. I'm an accountant, so the numbers are bad. Yeah. I get it. What am I doing? Did I do the pipes down below? I did not. Did I do the pipes down below that? I did. Okay. Boom. Junction. Yeah, I mean, this scratches... I really haven't played any games that are this kind of thing, building, whether it's factory building or just building in general. Games like Fallout 4 and stuff in years past that had that aspect to it, like the base building aspect of that, or, you know, Starfield, which I completely bounced off immediately. But since Minecraft, basically, Minecraft was the first game, and I wasn't super into it, but I was pretty into it for a while, 15 years ago, you know, whatever it was. I haven't had a game since then, and that's what I like to do, is just wander around and build crazy stuff. And yeah, I haven't had a game that has scratched that particular itch. I didn't even know that itch existed as much as it does for me until Satisfactory. R2 pipelines are a nightmare for me. They're definitely a floating point here. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have issues with pipes, and you know, famously they're weird and they're hinky and things are, you know, and whatever's going on in the physics simulation that they're doing inside the pipes gives people the heebie-jeebies. I have been wildly lucky with. I have not had, even with this nonsense here, I was like, this probably isn't going to work, but it's working. I haven't had an issue with pipes so far. Like, it's just, everything's just worked. I've got a kind of a, I don't know what you'd call it, a superstitious thing that I do, and maybe this is just what saved me from, saved me from pipe hell. But I always build manifolds, like literally always. So, like, you know, I've got these, you know, the incoming heavy oil residue and the incoming water here, right? I've got a loop. I don't know if it's a manifold. I guess it is a loop anyway. Loop in front for each, for those 6. Loop in front for these 6. If I go up here for the diluted fuel, a loop for these 6, a loop for these 6. This is gas, nitrogen here, so it obviously doesn't matter. You don't need head lift or anything. Yeah, I always do that, just because I did it the first time I used pipes out at the turbo fuel factories, and it worked. Basically, first try, I made a couple mistakes. I had to replace a few pipes that were bugged and and you know, I didn't connect some things, blah blah blah. But once it was all connected as it should have been, it just worked. So that's what I always do now because it worked the first time, and I have not had any pipe issues at all so far. So like I'm not denying that people have issues with it and that there's something, you know, there's some weird stuff probably going on there. If you kind of fly close to the sun, I guess, but yeah, they've worked flawlessly for me so far. Yeah, you know what my solution to that was? Just to ignore it. Let me show you. I'm kind of bored of laying those jennies down or whatever, hooking up those jennies. So let's go out there. I'll show you. If you're going to be here for a few minutes more, I'll show you what I'm doing out there. It works, but it certainly isn't. Like, I don't care about 100% efficiency. When it happens, it's super gratifying, right? But I'm not seeking it. Like, yeah, if the numbers work out, great. If they don't, shrug is my kind of way I approach it. So let's go out there. I'll show you what I've done, which is, you know, obviously nobody should emulate what I have done, but it works. Like, it works fine. Why? Honestly, I'm not 100%. I don't know. It just works. So struggling. Yeah. Okay, I saw that before. Oh, hang on. Yeah, gotta get over here. So we're going up over here. So this aluminum plant was also a folly. What I wanted to do was, I kind of set these challenges for myself that are like, is that going to work? Who knows? Let's try it anyway. It'll be fun to give it a go. And I also kind of try and do things I haven't seen other people do, like streamers and stuff like that I haven't seen before. A lot of it, of course, this is standard, bog standard, these turbo fuel plants and stuff. But so I was like, well, the bauxite is up here, right? There's a node there, there's a node over there, and then there's one a little bit further inland. I was like, okay, so, and from the first time I saw this big craggy guy up here, I was like, I want to build on top of that. And seems like sensible that that's going to be where the aluminum is made, up on here somewhere. And so, and I was like, I want to do the packaging, unpackaging thing. That's what I wanted to, like, I got access to it. I was like, I'm going to try it. And I was like, well, I'm going to need water, obviously, for the aluminum, and I'm going to need water over here in the power plants eventually. So let's do a packaging, unpackaging. We'll package it down below, send it up to the top, get all the head lift from when we're unpackaging it up top. And then we got just oodles of head lift to, for the water or wherever we need to use it. Turns out, I mean, it was a huge project. I like the way it turned out. I think it looks really cool, and it's probably my most efficient factory in terms of, at least, like, everything looks fully utilized, like all the belts and lifts are full, which is gratifying to look at. But yeah, so let's go up to the aluminum itself. So yeah, so the water, obviously pulling it out, packaging it up, sending it up here, and getting the bauxite inland here. And then I struggled with this so hard. I probably approached the wrong way, as I often do. I just wanted 4 480 belts, basically, because I don't, for whatever reason it was, for the numbers, right? So trying to get those 3 sources, this one and then the 2 inland here, to come out as nicely balanced to split it evenly and get 4 480s fully full was, boy, that hurt my brain. The numbers do hurt my brain sometimes. So yeah, so I've just got 2 basically identical aluminum setups here. As you can see, they're not entirely happy. Got lots of yellow lights, but I mean, I think everybody does pretty much the same thing. So I'm bringing some, unpackaging the water up at the top floor, up there, right, from down below, bringing the water in here. And I mean, it's working because from that little complex of machines over there and this one over here, all the, what's it, scrap? Yeah, the scrap is coming out. It's pretty good. Like, I just, more often than looking at the numbers, I just look at the belts and go, okay, belt's full. Good enough. We're done. We're done here. Move on to the next bit. So yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything fancy. I think a couple of these machines are underclocked. One per rank, maybe? No, I don't even think that anymore. I think maybe these ones? It's been a long time since I did this. I can't remember. No, I think I had these originally. I had them underclocked. I think if they were underclocked, the machines would be a little happier in terms of, green lights and stuff. But, so we're bringing in, so anyway, we're bringing in water. And again, I'm doing a loop thing because I always do a loop thing. So I'm bringing in 600, obviously, here. And then I'm splitting that off to this side and this side. Loop between the banks of machines, between the, so sloppy aluminum, of course, which I assume is what you're using, right? So sloppy aluminum, bauxite, and water to make the solution. Solution goes over here, and then we use that plus coal to make the scrap in the water, and you recycle the water back into, which is obviously, I guess, what you're talking about, right? So recycle water back in. And I mean, my pipes are full. Flow rate 0. That's probably why things are unhappy. So I think if I wanted to fix this, I think all I would need to do, maybe possibly, I think is just pull off the excess water, mix it with limestone, and do wet concrete, and then sink the concrete, right? I think that's, because that's what I'm doing with excess water up at the unpackaging thing up here, is just making wet concrete and sinking it, over here. So yeah, 4 packaging facility, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 packaging facilities down below. Same blueprint. Packaging below and unpackaging up here. Just reverse the blueprint. All good. And then, so excess water here that I'm not using currently, I'm just bringing over here and making wet concrete with the alt recipe. And then sink the concrete, store some. If I need it, I should actually... I think I've got 1 or 2 dimensional depots already doing it, so I don't really need one here. And then, just sink the concrete, and that keeps that all happy. So I think if I did that, if I brought some of the limestone over to the aluminum factory here, and just ran a pipe off to a couple of refineries. Those refineries, mix it with the limestone, sink the concrete. I think that would probably fix some of the imperfectness of this setup, which is I'm assuming why it's alumina. I mean, the flow rates, the pipes are full, but I think there's just, too much water. Yeah, I'm not sure. But that's the thing. I was like, good enough. Belts look good. Belts are full. Oh, I'll see. Don't make a liar of me. See, not quite right. Something's a little hinky. And then, scrap up here. Bunch of smelters. And there's tons of space for expansion here. This is just stage 1, below or above. And then droning some of it out over to my heavy cube factory thing over there. That's dedicated. Only iron, nitrogen, and limestone going into there. And I'm using alt recipes for iron pipe, iron blah, 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 to make heavy cubes in just one. That whole factory is just like 4 heavy, what are they called? Frames? Heavy fused frames? Can't remember. Anyway, per minute over there. Whole factory, 4 per minute. It's nuts. So can't figure out the recycling thing. They'll probably do the wet concrete. Yeah, that is kind of if water is your issue, like too much, and so you can't get rid of the water, so your whatever machines are backing up, wet concrete is the go. If you don't have the alt recipe yet, find it, grab it, get it, and that way you can flush the extra water out of the system. Limestone's plentiful, right? And of course, because you can't sink water, but you can sink concrete. So that just it's an escape valve for excess water if you're having trouble with that. I think that's the go. Like, not gospel because, you know, I didn't do it, but as far as I understand, that's the ticket. Yeah. Or just make the numbers more better. I guess if you know, if you're a numbers guy, then making the numbers more better will make the numbers more better for sure. So, but yeah, I couldn't be bothered. So what am I? So I'm full of, yeah. So I'm under. I guess I'm under using my Lumina solution here. It's backed up, and that's the. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it, like I said, in a long time. I guess I could probably figure it out, but yeah, nah. I don't think I'm gonna. Too much else going on. Although probably I will need to be making more aluminum in the future. I think for high tier, for tier 9 and phase 5 stuff eventually. So yeah, I'll probably revisit it at that point when I'm building more aluminum factories. Although it probably won't be here because bauxite. The next place there's any real bauxite is in the middle of the map here, probably. Or maybe over by the swamp. There's a couple. There's a impure and a normal there. There's a pure, impure, normal, pure. So there's a lot of bauxite in the middle of the map. So that might be the next biome, the next go if I need lots more aluminum. Although I haven't put down any radar towers out here in the desert yet. I do like desert biomes, so I might have a look at that later when I'm thinking about it. Plus, there'll be easier to get a train line out there around the edge of the map. In the swamp too. Yeah, I really hate the swamp, but so I'm not averse to paving it over. Just let the spiders hide under the subfloor, box them in, and forget about them. Well, my friends, it's been a couple of hours now, minus the 20 minutes or so I spent farting around trying to figure out my technical problems. And thank you, Jigsaw, for talking me through that and make me not feel like an idiot and give me some suggestions there. But it has been a couple of hours, and despite the fact it is election day, my wife, who is working the election, will be home soon. And so I'm going to want to make her some lunch and do stuff like that. So I should probably call it a day. And, you know, given my advanced age and decrepitude, a couple of hours streaming is probably enough. Although I'm feeling pretty good, but, you know, go slow. Yeah, don't pace yourself, Wonderchicken. Pace yourself. So I might call it a day. Oh, thanks, really, tons. It is so much more gratifying, honestly, to have someone in chatting, you know, someone to talk to. And yeah, I hope you'll drop back in next time for some more satisfactorizing. Don't know if you're in North America. Sunday morning, Korea time, Saturday evening, North America time, if you're in North America, will be the next time I do a public stream, I think. So yeah, if you want to come back, anybody who's here, including Jigsaw, if you're still here, and our other couple of lurkers, please do come back. I don't know if you're a Me Fight Club member all or not, but I've been dropping a link in the Discord when I go live, so you'll see that. Yeah, hope so. And yeah, thanks to all, and thanks to everybody for hanging out. But yeah, I think probably it is time to call it a satisfactory stream. See what I done? Never mind. All right, folks. As you exit, it would be super gratifying and helpful to me to do the thing, to press the button and the subscribe and the like, and in terms of making the algorithm like me, so that someday I can get Google give me money, because they should be giving me money. Probably not soon, but someday. So anyway, thanks, folks. I am going to call it a day, I think, in terms of streaming. And yeah, Saturday evening, North America time, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, will be the next time I'll be on, and I will ping the usual places. So thank you, everybody, and yeah, I will see you next time, hopefully, or you'll see me. You know what I'm saying.